Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tennessee Virtual College Fair for Transfer Students. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Questions about specific institutions or broader ones for all of our panelists are certainly welcome. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions that's happening this evening, and all of them are being recorded. So the recording of this session and all others will be available within about a week's time on the same website where you registered for this session. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we'll get started with Union University.
Hey guys, thanks for showing up to this transfer Zoom fair. Just want to tell you a little bit about university, some fast facts, but also talk about our mission and core values, which are very important to us, and what we believe sets us apart. Union is a private Christian liberal arts school in Jackson, Tennessee. It's about 2 hours west of Nashville, an hour east of Memphis. We're an academically rigorous school. You'll be tested academically here, and we're faith integrated. We have over 100 degree programs. Among our most popular transfer programs are probably nursing and also business and biology are probably our most popular programs. We have a 10-to-1 student faculty ratio, which is also, we believe, one of our strengths. And that lends itself, and we'll talk about this later, we have a 73% graduation rate within 4 years, which is extremely high if you compare across the state. And that speaks to the amount of support that professors bring to the table, and also the experience the students have here. About 89% of students return to Union. We have an 89% retention rate year to year. The average ACT here is a 26, average GPA is a 3.8. Like I said, this is an academic school. We are the number 5 ranked housing. We have the number 5 ranked housing in the nation by niche.com. Every student has their own private bedroom for all 4 years of college. Upperclassmen have a washer and dryer in their rooms and 2 bathrooms for 4 people. Which is just an awesome place to go away and escape. You always have your own space. That can help in a variety of things, if it's sleep or if it's study. Union is ranked number 1 by Christian Universities Online for having the number 1 Christian nursing program and Christian visual arts program in the country, the entire country. We're very proud of those programs. Another thing I'll mention, and we'll talk about this, is we have 4 core values, and those are excellence-driven, Christ-centered, people-focused, and future-directed. Those are not things we just put on a banner and take lightly. We take them very seriously along with our mission. I'm going to share a slide right here. So right there it says Union's mission. This is something that's reiterated to us as employees, but also the students while we're here. This drives what we do as a university, and this is what we believe sets us apart. We provide Christ-centered education that promotes excellence and character development in service to church and society. I want to focus on Christ-centered. We are not faith-based or denominationally based. Even though we're Southern Baptist, we are just not just Southern Baptist. We are Christ-centered. We're Christ-centered in everything that we do, and that we try to do is put Christ first in all of our decisions, and in the classroom as well. We want students to leave Union not just with a head knowledge, which they will. If you put a little effort in, you get the head knowledge because we teach you really well. But we also want you to go out into your profession with a specific mission to take Christ out into the world, and that is basically our mission here at Union. Our core values: excellence-driven, Christ-centered, people-focused, future-directed. I'll just briefly go through these, but they're very, very important to us as a university. Excellence-driven. Union is an academic school. You'll be tested here. It's academically rigorous, like I mentioned before, but you will be trained very, very well in your profession. Christ-centered, one of the biggest examples of that is our president, who puts Christ first in all of our decisions that we make. He communicates it really well to staff and students about what the direction the university is heading, and always reminds us of our mission to develop up the next leaders and send them out into the world. People focused. One of my core values that I identify the most is with community here at Union. One example I can give for that is 80% of students by the time they graduate have dinner in a professor's home, which is pretty rare. You can imagine how that would help something like a retention rate. This makes students want to come back if you have that close access to professors, but also help you learn and help you graduate. And that's one of the reasons why our graduation rate is so high. We help you while you're at school, and you have direct access and being taught by professors that have their 85% have their terminal degree. You're not being taught by graduate assistants or teaching assistants. You have access to the top of the top in academic knowledge. Future directed, you can see that library behind in the slide. We just built that. It's a $15 million library. We built that a couple years ago, and we have a 20-year master plan for buildings that we need to build on campus. And that's just for the students to be able to have the facilities they need to learn. So very future directed university too. Those are very important things to us. I'll finish up with application steps. Basically, it's going online and applying. It's a very simple process. There's typically a free code online, so you don't have to pay. You would just send your transcripts in, and you need a 2.3 or above to get into Union. As a transfer student, you file your FAFSA. We send you your financial aid award letter with your merit award, your need-based aid. We take care of all of it for you. It's based on your application, transcripts, and FAFSA. We take care of everything for you. I'm the main contact. We don't toss you around to different departments. I'm the person who does it all from the start till you move in. I'm the transfer coordinator the whole entire way. At the very end is paying deposits and deciding that you want to come to Union. But that's pretty much it.
Great. Thank you so much, Eric. Our next presentation is from Christian Brothers University.
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Rosie Britton. I am one of the associate directors of undergraduate admissions at Christian Brothers University. So I am going to try to, I'm trying to share my screen here. Give me one moment. Having a little technical difficulty. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, so just to give you all a quick overview about Christian Brothers University, we are located in the Midtown area of Memphis, Tennessee, a very bustling and developing area in our city. We have a student population of about 1,896 students, so relatively small campus. That population actually includes our undergraduate day population in conjunction with our graduate students and our non-traditional students. We have about 70 areas of study, which includes our majors, minors, and concentrations. We have a student faculty ratio of 11:1. We were also recently ranked in the top 10 of US World News for best in value. Again, I mentioned we are located in the heart of the Midtown Memphis, Tennessee area. Lots of dining areas. We're also part of the Cooper Young's Arts District. We are home to the Memphis Grizzlies and Memphis Redbirds for those of you all who are sports fanatics. Another thing that is important to us is not only to ensure that students are academically well-rounded, but also professionally well-rounded. So many of our faculty work closely with our Career Services Department. Career Services works with our students as well as with our alumni on resume writing services. They also provide them with networking event opportunities. And then they also host graduate and career fairs twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring. And because of their efforts, we have a 97% placement rate when it comes to jobs, internships, externships amongst our student population. So that means 97% of our students are placed with employment within 6 to 12 months of graduating, and that is pretty significant. In terms of our student life, we have over 60 clubs and organizations. So this includes our Greek organizations, as well as our professional organizations, special interest groups, and honor societies. You can see here that we do have fraternities and sororities. We have our listed number of NPHC organizations, our IFC organizations, and Pan-Hellenic organizations. For all of you all who are looking to continue your athletic collegiate career, we are part of NCAA Division II. So these are the sports that we are part of within the division. So as I mentioned earlier, we have 70 areas of study, including our majors, minors, and concentrations. So you can see the different programs that we have within the School of Arts, Business, Engineering, and Sciences. Within the School of Arts, psychology is actually one of our more popular majors, and we do have a state-of-the-art psychology lab. Of course, we have our School of Business, and we have accounting and business administration. We also have a master's program in conjunction for the School of Business for both majors accordingly. We are known for our engineering and science programs, but we do have a strong academic reputation across the board. And then one of our newest majors is our nursing program. So we launched our nursing program and just filled in our first cohort for fall 2020. All right, for students who are pursuing an associate's degree and are looking to, well, not looking to, but are actually part of the Tennessee Transfer Pathways, CBU is part of that pathway. And listed here are the 5 majors that students who are pursuing an associate's degree and are looking to have those credits transferred for a bachelor's degree in. These are the 5 majors that we have available for the Tennessee Transfer Pathway. And to find more information about that and to see how those classes would articulate over, you can check that out on our website at cbu.edu/transfer under Tennessee Transfer Pathway. All right, so I gave you a little bit of overarching information about CBU. So now the big part is, how do you apply? How do you become a member of the CBU family? First things first is to submit an application at www.cbu.edu/apply. There is no application fee, so it is free of charge. What we look for is that the student has obtained at least 24 credit hours of passing grades C or higher, and has also obtained a cumulative GPA of at least a 2.3 or higher. Please know the student has to request all of their final official transcripts from each institution that they have attended. And so once we see that you meet those requirements, the student will receive a scholarship. So if you are a first-time degree-seeking transfer student, you will receive a scholarship upon acceptance. And you can see the scholarship matrix here shows that students can receive up to $15,000. And the amount is, of course, contingent on your cumulative GPA. For all of our top academic achieving students who are attending community colleges, if you are a member of Phi Theta Kappa and you are able to provide proof of your membership, you will be eligible to receive an additional $2,000 PTK grant. And then if you wish to visit our campus, whether in person or if you opt to do a virtual visit, either one-on-one or attend a virtual open house, you will be eligible to receive an additional $1,000 CBU visit grant. All right, and so if you want more information about the program, if you want to schedule a visit, do feel free to give myself a call. Again, my name is Rosie Britton. I'm an associate director. The other contact information you see listed there is for Mr. Matthew Cardoza, who is our transfer admissions counselor. And then Ms. Chelsea Jackson, who is an advising and retention specialist in our academic services department. And they will be more than happy to work with students on advising, scheduling, and providing them with all the academic resources that they need so that they can be successful and be able to navigate through the program successfully. So thank you all for your time.
Great, thank you. And our next presentation comes from the University of Tennessee at Martin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shay, and I am the Transfer Admissions Counselor at UT Martin. Thank you all for joining me tonight. So a little bit about UT Martin. We are the University of Tennessee at Martin, so we are a proud part of the University of Tennessee system, like UTC and UT Knoxville. We are a part of that same system, sister schools, except we are the smallest of those three campuses located in Northwest Tennessee. So we do have the accommodations of our bigger UT system school, just in a smaller campus community. We had around 453 transfers last fall, and we offer small class sizes for our students. And our average class size is around 20 students, but for upperclassmen and upper division classes, those are going to be a little bit smaller. So a lot of our transfer students are coming in and they're automatically going into those upper division classes. So that's a chance for you to really get to know your peers and know your professors really well in those upper division courses and get that extra help you need. And we do have 10 undergraduate fully online programs at UT Martin, because we know that some transfer students have other obligations, such as a family, jobs, anything like that. So we do offer 10 that are totally online. Quick facts about UT Martin, I'll just highlight a couple. Our nursing program is #1 in the state, according to registerednursing.org, and we've received that recognition a couple years in a row from that website, so we're very proud of that. And we also have over 150 different student organizations and clubs. So that's from Greek Life to honor societies, other organizations on campus. Some organizations that our transfer and non-traditional students get involved in are a national transfer student organization called Transfer for Life. We have transfer student honor societies, and we do have a Skyhawk Veterans Association on campus. In regards to academics at UT Martin, you really can't go wrong because we do have those smaller class sizes where you really get to know your professors and get those hands-on experiences. We have 5 academic colleges, and a couple of programs that I like to talk about is our sports marketing program and management. We send students to the Super Bowl every year. So we're one of 3 colleges nationally that gets to do that. And we have a 700-acre teaching farm on campus. So our College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences are actually using our campus as a lab in a lot of their classes. Our admissions requirements for transfer students at UT Martin are 12 hours and a 2.0 GPA. So that's typically 1 semester for a full-time student. And we require official transcripts from all of your institutions to be sent to us. And that's how we make a decision just to verify those 12 hours and that 2.0. And we do have a forgiveness policy if you have been out of school for over 4 consecutive years, 4 or more actually, and you received below a 2.0 GPA. And we have a $30 application fee, but we will process your application without that fee. So don't let that fee hinder you from applying. And if you still aren't sold on applying to UT Martin and you kind of want to see how your credits transfer before you decide to apply, totally understand that. We have 2 ways of doing that. The transfer equivalency self-service, the acronym is TESS. If you go to our website and just type in TESS in the search bar, it will pull it up. And it's a way that you can see how all of your credits that you've already obtained at other institutions will transfer into a degree program at UT Martin. Or if you just want to know a specific class, we do have transfer tables, which is just a PDF of our class at UT Martin and the credit number at wherever you go to school now. Scholarships at UT Martin for transfer students start out at a 3.0 for in-state students. And we do have that Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. Highly encourage you, if you get the opportunity, to join Phi Theta Kappa at your institution, because it will add an extra $1,000 a year. And your admissions application is your merit-based scholarship application. And we do have an additional scholarship opportunities called the Scholarship Aviator System. It's one application that will match you with any of our departmental and donor scholarships that you may meet. Really simple. Instead of you going and searching through all of these scholarships, it's just one application. We do not have a live-on requirement for traditional transfer students that are coming in with like 1 or 2 years of credit. If you have less than 45 hours on the semester that you enroll in UT Martin, or you're under 21, we will require you to sign a year lease. But our students really love living on campus. It is really convenient. You can walk to everything. And we do have living and learning communities within our Cooper Hall selection, where you can live with the people that are in the same major as you, and faculty members from within those programs will actually come have their study hours over there. So housing is very, very popular among our students, even transfers, and we do have residence and apartment style options. So if you've liked anything that you've heard or you do have questions, I encourage you to come to our virtual fall preview day on November 7th. You can sign up for that on our website. It's utm.edu/preview day. And we are offering in-campus tours on just a limited number. And we do have virtual tours and virtual meetings with your admissions counselors. So transfer students, you would have a virtual appointment with me. Here is my contact information one more time. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, or that Calendly link is just a way to set up a virtual appointment with me. So thank you guys for your time.
Great, thank you. And our next presentation comes to us from East Tennessee State University.
Hey everyone, so my name is Lily and I'm an admissions counselor for ETSU. I think I'm sharing my screen. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is a brief overview of our academics, how to become a Buccaneer, residential and campus life, and then our tuition and fees. So why should you choose ETSU? Well, we're located in Johnson City, Tennessee, and we're also a Division I public university that houses nearly 15,000 students. So we're not too big and we're not too small. So at this size, you can expect access to the resources and opportunities that larger universities have, while also maintaining a small campus feel with an average classroom size of 23 students and a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have 10 different colleges with 150 different academic programs. I'm not going to talk about all of the colleges and all of the programs today, but I will highlight some of them. So we do have a highly accredited business program, which ranks in the top 5% of all business schools in the world. We even have a health science programs, which we have more comprehensive health science programs than almost any other school in the US. We also have a nationally ranked teachers education program, and we offer the top computer science and largest nursing program in the state of Tennessee. So you can tell that we do have tons of options for you all, especially with 150 different programs. For our admissions process and our requirements, we're really all about access here at ETSU, which is why we have nearly 1,000 students transfer to ETSU every academic year. Our admissions requirements are going to be based off of a sliding scale. So in order to be considered a transfer student, you will need to be transferring at least 12 attempted credit hours. And then it's safe to say that if you have a 2.0, then you will be admitted to the university. However, you can see that if you have under 60 attempted credit hours, then our GPA requirements will be below a 2.0. So now it's time to apply. So you go online to etsu.edu/apply, and you will fill out the application. It's about a 10 to 15 minute application, no essay, anything like that. We don't have any application deadlines either. And then you'll just submit that $25 application fee. And then you'll just need to reach out to the records or registrar office of all prior higher education institutions and have them send your transcripts to ETSU. And then once we receive your transcripts, we'll be able to review you for admittance. We'll also be able to do an ETSU transcript evaluation. But if you want to go ahead and look to see what classes will transfer, you can use our transfer equivalency table, and you can just find that on our website. So housing, we offer 10 different residence halls with 5 different styles. As of now, we do not require our students to live on campus, and everyone is allowed their own personal vehicle. If you do want to live on campus, there is going to be a separate application that you will need to fill out, and that's going to be on our housing website. And then we also offer living learning communities for students who are interested in living with students who are also interested in the same program as them. And then just to show you a price breakdown, so it's about $8,900 for our hotel style with a 7-day silver level meal plan. And just a fun fact is that 35% of our students who live on campus makes the Dean's List every year. We really encourage our students to get involved on campus, whether that's living in a residence hall or through clubs and student organizations, which is why outside the classroom, we do offer 250 different student organizations and 19 different Division I sports. With our sporting events, students can get into all of our games for free by just showing their ETSU ID card. And then our student organizations range from club sports to academic clubs, honor societies, fraternity and sorority life, and we even have Tau Sigma, which is the transfer organization. And then we do have a first year experience, which would be our preview weekend, which is a pre-college experience that happens the weekend before classes start. So our tuition, so you're looking at about $9,500 per academic year. So ETSU can be really affordable. I mentioned that housing price. So if you were planning on living on campus and getting the meal plan, then you're going to be looking about $18,000 to $19,000 per academic year. So it can be really affordable. And ways that it can be affordable is just a fun fact is that 92% of our students receive some sort of financial assistance. And some options for our financial assistance would be our academic performance scholarship, which is a merit-based award that requires a 3.2 GPA to be considered. We also have our midway honors program, which requires a 3.5 GPA and an associate's degree or 30 plus college credits. And then lastly, our general scholarship and departmental scholarships, which are just endowment scholarships based on your GPA. And if you're interested in visiting campus, we are offering in-person and virtual tours. Our in-person tours are offered Monday through Friday, 4 times a day, and we even have some tours on Saturday as well. You can just go to etsu.edu/visit to sign up for in-person tours, but say you want to experience campus virtually, then you can do so by going to etsu.university-tour.com. And feel free to contact me. You can email me. You can also text or call me, so feel free to take a screenshot of this. If you do want to follow us on social media, you can do so by just going to at ETSU Admissions. And then if you want to find out more information, just go to etsu.edu/transfer. But thank you all so much for letting me present. If you do have any questions, use that Q&A, but Godspeed and go Bucks.
Great, thank you, Lily. Just a reminder before we begin our final presentation that if you have any questions about the institutions you've heard from, certainly feel free to use the Q&A feature. We'd be happy to answer those at the conclusion. But first, I'm pleased to welcome Middle Tennessee State University.
Thanks, Owen. Hey guys, my name is Mark Murphy, and I am the Assistant Director of Transfer Recruitment here at MTSU. I want to go through a little bit of information about everything campus-wide, just to kind of give you a primer code of information to take with you tonight. But first off, where is MTSU? We are smack dab in the middle of the state. When it's called Middle Tennessee State University, it's not lying. It's right in the middle of the geographic center of Tennessee. So whether you're far east or far west, we're a short drive away from home. We got about 22,000 students enrolled and a total of a little more than 180 academic programs and 300 student organizations. Of course, number one goal is to come and get your bachelor's degree, but we want you to get plugged into something outside the classroom as well. And we like to think there's something for everybody here at Middle. So how to apply? First off, you'll go and complete the transfer application at mtsu.edu/apply now. We have a $25 application fee, and then you'll submit all transcripts from every college that you've attended and also your high school transcript. We've got guaranteed admission standards. If you've earned 24 or more college level hours and you have a 2.0 or higher, we can guarantee you a seat. But you will want a higher GPA than that for our scholarships. If you're coming for a fall semester, the deadline to have everything turned in is February 15th. In order to be scholarship eligible. So just make sure that you apply early, even if MTSU is a maybe. We may be your Plan C school, but we still want you to be applied and have things turned in advance in case you end up coming, you'll still be scholarship eligible for that fall semester. We do have a guaranteed scholarship through the admissions office. If you have a 3.0 or higher, and you earn 60 credit hours or earn your associates before you enroll with us, and you're admitted by that deadline we just talked about, we have a guaranteed scholarship of $3,000 a year for 2 years that will be applied to your account. No separate application for that. Just do well, we'll reward you for it once you get here. Cost per semester for our in-state students. This chart here is based on if you're taking 15 credit hours per semester. Tuition and fees total up to $4,700, a little over $4,700. We have a book and supply estimate there. I'm sure you could do better than that though. And then residence halls and meal plans, both optional. You don't have to live on campus or get a meal plan as a transfer student, but for budgeting purposes, we've got the cheapest to most expensive options for both of those listed there for you. So this may be a good slide to take a picture of for later use. This next slide, however, is what I call the cell phone slide. I think it's an important one to take a picture of or a screenshot, screen grab of. It's got links to all the important first step information. So how to get to the application, where to go to sign up for tours. We do have guided campus tours here on campus Monday through Saturday during the fall semester. And we also have the virtual tour option as well, but you can go there to check those out. Like I said earlier, we've got over 180 academic programs, and to take a closer look at all of those, you can go to mtsu.edu/programs. More nitty-gritty details about scholarships and housing can be found at those websites. And if you ever have questions about anything in the future, you can shoot us a text at that number below, and we'll get you a speedy reply. There's some folks I want to introduce you to. First off, depending on where you're currently enrolled in school across the state, we've got certain folks assigned to you based on where you're at. So if you're from northeast side of Tennessee, Miss Gina Nyer is going to be your go-to. She covers Vol State, Walter State, Roane State, Northeast, and Pellissippi, and then any of the four-year schools in that area or private schools. If you're transferring to MTSU, she's going to be your go-to. I myself work with Motlow State and then anyone coming from an out-of-state school. Mr. Tony Strode works with Southeast Tennessee, so Columbia State, Chat State, and Cleveland State. And then if you're from West Tennessee, currently we've got a vacant position right there, but we're planning on filling that here real soon. I mean, you can, in the meantime, email us at transfer@mtsu.edu for any of your questions. I know you're getting a whole lot of information about a whole lot of stuff tonight. I don't expect you to remember and retain anything or everything that you hear tonight. So if you do have questions, don't hesitate, whether it's 6 months from now or 5 minutes after we hit end, please reach out to us and let us know how we can help. But at this point, I'm going to throw it back to our boy, Owen.
Great. Thank you so much, Mark. And thank you to all of our presenters for sharing their institutions with us this evening. A quick programming note, unfortunately, Bryan College was unable to join us, so we will not have a presentation from them, but it allows us to transition to the Q&A portion. And I'd ask all of our presenters to come back if they will, and just a reminder that you can use the Q&A widget at the bottom of the screen to ask questions about specific institutions, as some of you have been doing, or if you have broader ones that you would like all of our panelists to address. Before we get started on any of those submissions though, I would kind of like to know, with all of these great institutions, and we'll go in the order of original presentations, whether you're offering campus visits right now or not, eventually at some point students will kind of return to your campus and be able to see everything. And when they have the chance to visit your campus, what's that one place that they need to see when they're on campus that they just can't leave? What's your favorite spot on campus? And Eric, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely the library that we just built. It's just massive. I think I said $15 million is what it costs to build. It is a super nice space. Inside has a coffee shop in there, has some private study rooms up on the top floor. Middle floor is where all the books and media are, and the first floor is where a lot of people study. But it's a really, really, really nice place. That's where I would go if I was coming on campus first.
I'll go next. On our campus, we have our Rosadale School of Arts. It's actually our newest building. And it's named after our first female professor of our institution, Dr. Rose Gray Steele. But it's a very, very nice, modernized building to leave and then as an alumna and then come back and see the evolution of the campus and see how beautiful it is. But this building just really, it's really nice. I love it. I think a lot of our students, even engineering students, sometimes go in the building to hang out. And it's the School of Arts. So I think that would probably be a place that many students would go hang out.
For UT Martin, I would say it's our quad. That's my background behind me. We're a certified arboretum in the state of Tennessee, so we're really proud of that. Like I said earlier, with our ag students using it as a lab, we have 30 different trees indigenous to the state on our campus, so that's how we achieved that designation, and it is just beautiful right now. So that's probably the one place that I would say you need to see, and you will see if you come on a campus tour.
So I would have to say it's going to be our DP Culp Center, which is our student center. We actually just completed some huge renovations. It was like a $45 million job. It was a lot, and it is brand new. I was a student there, and so when I came in, I was like, is this the same place? But there's going to be like Starbucks, Steak and Shake, Chick-fil-A. Our dining hall is on it. So it's 3 levels. We have the cave, which is where I spent a lot of time. They still kept it kind of the same. It's called the cave because there's a huge rock in it, and you can just kind of hang out and study, and they just put up a wall of TVs for our esports team. So if you do decide to come on a tour, we will be taking you through the Culp, and you also will get a dining hall pass too to eat in our dining hall. So
As far as MTSU goes, and it's not the most scholarly answer, but I love the rec center. I think there's something for everybody at our rec center. Basketball courts, volleyball courts, racquetball courts. There's an indoor soccer arena, an indoor running and walking track, a rock climbing wall, a huge weight room, a huge aerobics room, a functional fitness, like CrossFit gym, an indoor pool, an outdoor pool. If you're an athlete of my caliber, there's table tennis. There's just really comfortable chairs. You can go and sit down in between classes. So there's really something for everybody. And that's certainly where I like to show off when students come in and check out campus.
Great. Thank you all so much. And thank you to all of our attendees for joining us, as well as to our presenters for sharing their institutions with us. At the conclusion of this webinar, there will be a link to a quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions that was being offered, and all of them are being recorded. In about a week's time, on the same website where you submitted your initial registration, recordings of all of the sessions will be available. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great evening.